Yeah, you're all set.
Thank you. How are you, Larry?
Well, I can't complain about a darn thing.
That's good. That's good. So tell us how.
Complained, but no one listened, so I just stopped.
That's fine. I understand. And that's what Facebook is for.
That's right.
So tell us how you became involved with the movie Ladies of the 80s.
Well, firstly, I've known all these ladies for many years. We were sort of contemporaries and peers, and I've either made movies with them or managed their careers and known them socially. So I knew them. And I went to Donna first, who is still a management client after all these years. And we talked about it and said, you think we can round up the old gang and maybe do a movie here? And we set out upon it, and we were able to make that happen. And all the ladies were delighted and thrilled to do this and have been so much fun to work with and bring back all these memories. So in our movie, basically, we have a situation where we have old memories in the movie and young love in the movie. And I think that'll open up your heart for some nice Christmas greetings.
Yeah, I watched it earlier today. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good. So you know what I'm talking about. That's great.
Yeah. No, it's good. I liked all the characters, and I used to watch, Knots Landing and Dallas and Dynasty, all those shows back when they aired. So I grew up watching
Well,
them.
I'm hoping we have a big audience out there, just like you,
Yeah,
who recognize these ladies and what they've done, and the little winks we give at the audience of associations we've made here. Not to make it true story, but to give you some homage to soap operas and their lives. So
yeah, no, I think it's wonderful because they didn't stop acting after those shows, and so people know them from their other Lifetime and Hallmark movies, as well as General Hospital and the Dallas reboot and all these other things that they've done. Dynasty. Yeah,
I know. So it's great.
It's great. No, so what exactly does an executive producer do in a movie like this?
Well, as an executive producer, my job is to make it happen. And that means I had the idea, convinced the ladies, sold it to the network, oversaw the writing of the script, begged Lifetime for a good amount of money to make it, and then do the balance of the casting and hiring everybody on the movie and paying everybody on the movie. So basically, executive producer is sort of soup to nuts.
Right.
A producer, as opposed to an executive producer, is the guy who calls the who makes it happen on a day-to-day level. If you know anything about real estate, an executive producer is like the developer of the project, and the contractor is the producer. Right. He comes out and makes it happen on a physical level.
Okay, and your daughter Taylor plays Nell in the movie, right? As a director.
Can you believe that? That is the biggest thrill for me. When she was 4.5, she was in a movie called The Bucket List with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. And on Jack's bucket list, he's going to kiss the most beautiful girl in the world. And at 4.5, he meets his granddaughter that he didn't know he had. And he gets down and he kisses her, and he scratches off, kiss the most beautiful girl in the world. So that was her onstage movie premiere. I don't know where you go from there. But anyway, in this picture, she has an adult kiss with Travis Burns. So it's her first kiss since Jack kissed her when she was a kid. So it's a thrill. She just graduated from NYU Tisch School of Drama, and she's on her way. So I'm thrilled for her.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I saw her in another Lifetime movie with
Black Girl Missing.
Yes, that was a good one.
Yeah, she's been working.
Yeah, no, she was awesome. She was good in this. I enjoyed it. And
and everything I've done in all the movies I've made, 26, I think now, and all the clients I've managed, parents would understand this. I'm more proud of her and enjoyed making this movie than anything I've ever.
Aw, that's sweet.
For your child to be involved, you don't know how to explain that unless you have a child.
Yeah, I can't imagine, but I can a little bit. So, I'm told that you have many fun stories to tell about the ladies. Care to share any?
Yeah, I got one that I think people are going, well, for a few actually. One is these ladies are bickering the whole time because they're divas, you know.
Mhm.
Morgan's character doesn't even like shooting it in California because the weather's so perfect all the time. I mean, it's that type of, and Donna gets excited because she thinks she should play Mother Teresa in a movie bio for Lifetime. These ladies are over the top. They're hysterical. They're funny. We laugh at them. We laugh with them. They laugh at each other. The bickering goes from the most epic food fight you will ever see in a movie. They throw every piece of food on that table at each other. It never stops. Pies in the faces, mashed potatoes, gravy over their heads. I mean, it is an epic food fight. And what's so weird about it is we only had one take at shooting it because we weren't going to undress them and fix their hair and do it all over with. So we said at the beginning, we're going to do this one time. So give it all you got and you can't do anything wrong.
And
so they went at it and we got it.
That's great.
So the food fight, we have a surprise of somebody falling down a stairwell from the top to the bottom. We have them slapping each other. We have a slap fest at the beginning. They throwing each other in the pool. So I mean, this is a really fun filled movie.
Yes, it is. I agree. Any off camera personal stories about the actors you'd like to share, especially funny ones?
Well, you know, Donna and Nicolette were fun to watch because in the movie, their characters are at odds with each other historically and in the movie. Of course, they make up for it's over. But you could feel around the set the tension because actors carry the persona that they're playing. So it was from a producer's point of view interesting to see how actors who stay in character play a bit, but not in character. So they have to divorce who they are from the character they're playing. But it was interesting to watch, and Morgan was a hoot. Linda Gray is just the sweetest thing in the whole wide world, as is Lonnie. I mean, you gotta love Lonnie Anderson. She's just darling. She's so sweet. So we had a mixture of personalities, but they all had one agenda. They wanted to make a good movie, and I think that comes off in the final product.
Definitely. So I read, this is getting a little away from the movie, that you negotiated contracts with the Beatles when they broke up. That is really cool. I'm a lifelong Beatles fan. What do you remember about that you can tell us?
I remember everything. I was working at Capitol Records as in-house counsel, and Capitol Records were distributing the Beatles albums in the United States, even though the Beatles themselves had signed to their company, Apple Records, and distributed by EMI in the UK and the rest of the world. So I get a call from Sal Iannucci, who's president of the network. Calls me and says, Larry, come up. So I ran up to his office and he says, they're going to announce tomorrow that the Beatles are breaking up. We have them signed as a partnership, but we don't have them signed as individual solo artists. I want you to make a deal with each of the four as solo artists because at Capitol, we don't want to lose them. And I need you to make that happen. So I spent the next quite a few months, traveling the world, dealing with each of their reps. And I was dealing with the divorce too. I mean, they were breaking up as a business, but these guys had strong feelings about each other, some good, some bad, some ever changing. So it was a very high profile worldwide negotiation that I led. And of course, that was a huge break for me. And that's what put me on the map in the music business.
Great. And so did you stay in touch with the Beatles after that, or was that your?
Well, they weren't the Beatles anymore.
Well, yeah.
It was Paul McCartney, and I had to deal with him because on his first album, he said that Linda Eastman, his wife at the time, wrote the songs. He didn't.
Oh.
That was a mess we had to work out. And one of the great moments of my life was when George finished his album. He called me, he says, I'm in town, Larry, and I want to deliver my album and I want to play it for you. I want to bring it over.
Wow.
I said, great. I says, he said, don't invite anybody. I said, well, look, I'll meet you in Studio A. Come in. So we made an appointment. Sure enough, he came in with his album to deliver, his first album after their breakup. And he says, I want to play you the song that I think might be the single. I don't know, it's different. So I'm sitting in Studio A at the booth with George Harrison, the engineer, and he puts on this song that he doesn't know if it's the single and he's nervous about it. And it's My Sweet Lord.
Wow. Wow.
I really want to see you. I really want to hold you. I really want to love you. I mean, Hare Krishna, he was singing about Hare Krishna, and the rock and roll had never heard about singing about God or the Lord or Hare Krishna.
Right.
I sat there listening to it, crying throughout listening to it the very first time. I've never had anything emotionally touch me as George sharing with me that. And I thought, oh, you don't know if that should be the single or not? Of course, on the other side of the song was Isn't It a Pity? That wasn't a bad cut either. So anyway, it was a thrill of a lifetime. I spent some time with Ringo on a long flight to London, and John I didn't have much contact with after that. There was a lot of contention going on, so I had to be careful who I talked to, because remember, I was supposed to get all four of them to sign.
Wow, that's just amazing. Are you going to write a book sometime about your life and your businesses? Because
well, I do. I have a book out now called Shine. How to be a star in your own life. So what I say, basically, I've managed over 250 stars. I've been around successful people a long time, giving them advice, and what I've learned from them. And I learned there's a common denominator to success. And here are the common denominators that you can use and apply to your own life. Whether you're a policeman, whether you're a milkman, whether you want to be president of the PTA, whatever it is in your life, how to be the best you can be from what I've learned.
Great. But that's not a biography, right? Are you
No, because I didn't really want to write a me book. I didn't want to say, look how great I am, because nobody cares who I am. But what I did want to do is I wanted to write a book about what I've learned from what I've done. So in order to tell you what I've learned, I do tell you how I learned it in my experiences, but I make it relatable to you.
Right.
How can you get yourself in a position to do that?
Okay, I'll have to check that out. That does sound interesting. I like reading biographies. So
I think you'll enjoy it.
And I have to tell you that you represent my favorite actor who's on my bucket list to interview. I'll probably never get to interview him because he's very particular, and that's William Shatner.
I have been William Shatner's manager for 42 years.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Huh? And I must say, I enjoy every conversation I have had with him. We're buddies, and he's a very unique, special person. Yes, so part of the blessing that comes from being a manager producer is that you get to hang with I think, exceptional people.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate it. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about the movie or making the movie?
Look, these 5 ladies are a kick. You know, they're gonna make you laugh out loud. You know, you maybe smile quietly. But it will open up your heart to Christmas and the spirit and what friendship is about and what Christmas is about. So we took ladies with experience, mixed them with a beautiful love story, young love story, which I think is very sweet also. We give you everything that you want in a Christmas movie, but we have a lot of special decorations on it with a lot of special talent.
All right. Well, thanks so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well,
Thank you both. Appreciate
thank
it.
you,
And
Tracy.
just make sure you send us a link whenever you post it.
Definitely will.
And I think I told you that our air date, although we haven't announced it yet, is December 2nd.